Let me tell you about the craziest, most spontaneous trip I've ever taken in my life. Seriously, this was wild from start to finish. Picture this: one random morning, my friends and I were sitting around doing absolutely nothing, and someone said, "Hey, we should go somewhere." Someone else chimed in, "Why not Africa?" And then, before you know it, someone said, "Morocco?" That night, our flights were booked. Yes, booked. And the best part? The flights were ridiculously cheap. Like it was meant to be. So fast forward to us arriving in Morocco, a little clueless and a lot excited. We'd book a car to pick us up from the airport to our hotel. Here's the kicker, none of us had internet. The last message we'd seen from our driver said, "Meet outside the airport gate in front of the traffic light." Easy enough, right? Wrong. We couldn't find him. We ended up going to the airport trying to connect to the Wi-Fi again. And after about half an hour, surprise surprise, he still hadn't cancelled the ride. Determined not to give up, we went back outside. Met this wonderful local lady and asked if we could use her internet. She was so kind, not only letting us connect, but also helping us talk to the driver. Honestly, angel exists. Eventually, we found our driver and made it to our hotel. That first night, we had a quick dinner and crashed because the real adventure was about to begin the next day. Bright and early, we were picked up by Muhammad, our driver for the next leg of the trip, a tour to the Merzouga Desert. On our way, we crossed the high Atlas Mountains, winding through the Berber villages and seeing views that left me absolutely speechless. Like, I can't even describe how stunning it was. Every turn felt like a postcard come to life. We made it to 8 Ben Hadou, if that's how you pronounce it. This incredible ancient Casbah that's been the backdrop for so many movies, including The Gladiator and The Game of Thrones. And then, we continued to Dades, if again that's how you pronounce it, where we stayed the night. That evening was magical. Traditional Moroccan food, live music, and yes, we even danced, or at least they did. It was like stepping into a whole new world. At one point, we celebrated the birthday of a Polish woman named Barbara. I think that was her name. It felt like a little family gathering under the stars. Later that night, my friends and I stayed up late stargazing. I swear it was the most beautiful night sky I've ever seen. You don't get skies like this in the city. We sat by the fire, shared music, and had these deep, meaningful talks. It was one of those rare moments where everything feels perfect. The next morning, we hit the road again. This time, our destination was the Merzouga Desert. Along the way, we passed through the Toga Gorges, a place so epic it looks like it belongs in a fantasy movie. And then, we arrived. The Erg Chebi Dunes was breathtaking, like I can't even begin to explain. It was like stepping into a fairy tale. We met up with our camel caravan to head to our desert camp. Riding camels through the dunes as the sun set. It's something you can't fully understand until you've experienced it. That night at the camp, we huddled around the fire again, stargazed, and just soaked it all in. It was freezing though. Nobody warned me it would get that cold in the desert. The next morning, we watched the sun rise over the dunes and it was time to head back to Marrakesh. Let me tell you, that 8-hour drive back was no joke. But we made it, and for our last night, we treated ourselves to a slightly fancier hotel, because why not? Our final day in Marrakesh was spent exploring the Badi Palace and getting lost in the souk markets. It was the perfect way to wrap up the trip. Before we knew it was time to head home. Morocco, what can I say? It's an incredible country with so much to offer, and I know we barely scratched the surface. Like any trip, it ended way too soon. But the memories, they'll last forever. If you're thinking about visiting Morocco, do it, you won't regret it. And as always, if you enjoyed the video, consider liking, subscribing, maybe even sharing it to your friends. I don't know when I'll post again or even travel again, but stay tuned for more adventures. See you in the next one. Thank you.